Here we go, green flag in the air. Boggs leads. Nick Hoffman already dives to the bottom to take over second spot. Wilson back to third. Taylor, Cook, and Hawkins side by side for fourth. 3 wide off of turn number 4 for that fourth position. Taylor Cook up to third spot. Meanwhile, Nick Hoffman putting some pressure on Jackie Boggs out front. Boggs still your leader. Nick Hoffman in second. Taylor Cook in third. Battle for fourth spot. Jacob Hawkins on the bottom. Tanner Wilson on the outside. Weiscarver in the 101 sits in that sixth spot. Problems for the 13 machine of Jordan, as Adam Jordan's going to pull into the infield, and now he's going to come to a stop, so that's going to bring out the caution. Green flag's back out. Boggs still your leader. Nick Hoffman, Taylor Cook running separate lines. All three of your first cars running different lines on the racetrack. Jamison, machine of Jackie Boggs out front once again here at Atomic. Been a common theme this season. Hoffman gets a run on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Nick Hoffman. 0.03 of a second behind that time by Jackie Boggs, still your leader. Hoffman second. Jacob Hawkins now going to work the outside of Taylor Cook for third spot. Jackie Boggs still out front. Caution's going to wave. Again, Jackie Boggs on the outside, Nick Hoffman in the middle, Taylor Cook all the way on the bottom as they go through the corners. Hoffman right there with them. Jacob Hawkins working the extreme high side. They're in fourth position. Long ways to go here in our modified feature event. Jackie Boggs scrapes the wall there in turn number 3 and 4. Top 4 cars, you got 2 guys working the high side, 2 working the bottom. Jacob Hawkins has got the high side working in the 13 machine. He dispenses of Taylor Cook. Now he's working to the outside of Hoffman. Here comes the Two Brothers machine, scraping the wall, sending the sparks flying. How about this modified race? Top 4 cars right together. And we've still got 20 laps remaining. Dave Jamieson pulls to the infield. Meanwhile, Jackie Boggs still our leader. Taylor Cook, Jacob Hawkins right there with him. Top 4 cars in a blanket. Taylor Cook now going to get underneath of Hoffman. The Stanley, North Carolina driver, the Team Harris machine is working the bottom. Taylor Cook, your new leader. And Jackie Boggs makes contact with Taylor Cook going into turn number 1. So you see Jackie Boggs headed to the tail after the contact with Taylor Cook.
All right, so 18 tail lineup is good for Jackie by the tail.
Jackie's going off.
He'll be done.
Taylor Cook out front, Nick Hoffman, Jacob Hawkins, Jesse Weiscarver, Tanner Wilson, your top 5. Tanner Wilson now going to make the move on Weiscarver. Taylor Cook out front, Nick Hoffman second. Tanner Wilson now putting some pressure on Jacob Hawkins for 3rd spot. Here comes the 10 machine of Nathan Loney. Loney also working the extreme bottom of the racetrack in that 10 car as he's worked his way to the top 5. Nick Hoffman now going to make a run on Taylor Cook as they go to turn number 3. Hoffman's going to bounce it off the wall in turn 4. At the line, Nick Hoffman, your new leader. Nick Hoffman has found him another line on the high side of the racetrack in that elite chassis number 2. Going to bounce it off the cushion again in turn 4. Meanwhile, Taylor Cook staying on the bottom of the racetrack. Jacob Hawkins in 3rd. He's still working the high side as he scrapes the wall. Nick Hoffman slowly pulling away from Taylor Cook. Top 3 cars are in another zip code as they pull away.
He had a dark up that time to 3rd spot.
Yeah, he has a few times. First and 3rd place cars scraping the wall each and every lap. Great battle back in 4th position. Tanner Wilson and Nathan Loney as they fight on the battle for 4th spot. Weiscarver working the high side. Jacob Hawkins going to charge us for a fireworks show later. Again, side by side for 2nd place. Jacob Hawkins now going to take over 2nd spot from Taylor Cook. Lots of traffic in front of your leaders. 3-wide battle for 4th spot off of turn number 2 is 5 laps to go for your leaders. Great battle off of turn number 4 all the way back in 4th position. Jesse Weiscarver on the outside. Tanner Wilson and Nathan Loney on the bottom. Meanwhile, 2nd place, Taylor Cook and Jacob Hawkins still side by side. Lots of lap traffic in front of your leaders, though. Jacob Hawkins taking over control of second spot, and he's closing the gap on Nick Hoffman. Taylor Cook now going to work the high side. 2 laps remaining. Nick Hoffman leads Jacob Hawkins in second. Lots of traffic in front of your leaders as the white flag's going to wave. Final time around the speedway for your leaders. Nick Hoffman leads into traffic through turns 3, off of turn number 4. The final time, Nick Hoffman going to take the win. Jacob Hawkins comes home in second. Jesse Weiscarver is going to take third. Battle for 4th spot's going to be Nathan Loney over Tanner Wilson.